Ready. We're recording.
Okay, so the Chazar over from yesterday. So the beginning of the Amud has that whole issue with Moshe and David, whether they knew whether it was what time midnight was, what time Chatzos was. And then the Gemara goes with two reasons why David thought he was a chassid, either because he paskin shilas, or what was the other reason? He thought he was a chassid because he paskin shilas. Oh, and he listened to Mipi Baishas, right? And then the Gemara discusses how humble David was, and then how David was scared that he wasn't going to get his rewards because he did an Aveira. Right? That was Amud Aleph. Amud Beis says the Gemara discusses who the Chachamim hold like, whether they hold like Rabbi
participant
Gamliel,
has
and
joined the
whether
meeting.
it comes out that they hold like Rabbi Gamliel, and they just say Chatzos in order to make sure that you finish it by Alois. And then we said if you don't keep a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, then you pay Misa. And then we had whether they had a machlokes, whether there's smichas gulu l'tfila by Ma'ariv. And then we said if you say Ashrei 3 times, you get Olam Haba. And then we said there's no nun in Ashrei because Ashrei is the nun is a negative because of the nefila of Klal Yisrael. And then we said the difference between the Malachim, Gavriel, and Michal. And we said that the different Malachim, the ones that are the Malachim Avis, get stopped 8 times before he gets to do his shlichus because we want him to be delayed as possible, right? Yeah. Okay, ready? Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi. 2 lines up from the bottom. We all there? Can't hear anybody, but yeah.
We're muted.
Okay, good. Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi, but please unmute yourself if you think I'm making a mistake, or if you have a question. Okay, Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Even though you read Krias and shul, mitzvah l'krois al mitasa, it's a mitzvah to read it on your bed, which is otherwise known as Krias al mita. Amar Rabbi Yossi, my crow. What's the pasuk? Rigzu al techto imru b'vavchem al mishkavchem v'doy musela. You should have roiges and don't do a chet and in your hearts on mishkavchem on your beds, and then v'doymu means to be quiet, which means sleep. Right, v'doy musela. So you see that you should say some sort of tefillah in your bed before you go to sleep. Amar Rav Nachman, Talmud Chacham, but he was a Talmud Chacham, ain't tzarich, he doesn't need it. Why? Because the Talmud Chacham is always learning. So since the Talmud Chacham is always learning, that's considered like learning before he goes to sleep. Amar Abaya, af Talmud Chacham, lemeimar chad psuka derachmi. Even a Talmud Chacham should still say a pasuk of Rachmanis, Gegayin biyodcha, af kidruchi, patisa aisi Hashem kel emes. Right? Why specifically that pasuk? I don't know why he chose that pasuk to be said. Bottom line is you should say Kriya Shema Lamita, or at least learn. I would hope so. Those of us that are in bed when we do this daf, so then you're being yetzer. You don't need to do Kriya Shema Lamita, right? Yosef, you're in bed? No. Okay. Well, Abba's not here. Abba's usually one in bed.
No, Abba looks like he's out on the town tonight.
It seems like
only says if you're talking about Chacham, though.
Yeah.
Abba, where are you, Abba?
Yeah, well, anyway, so...
Oh, he's got a mojito in his hand. Abba's good to go.
Oh, he's in? He's in now, Abba?
It looks like he's in Doma or something. I don't know where he is.
So the Gemara is talking about you, Abba, that you should learn in bed before you go to sleep. Anyway.
I don't see Abba.
Fine. Okay, so we're going to see the Gemara later on in the Masechta. The Gemara discusses Kriya Shema Lamita more in depth. That's when we'll discuss the halachas of exactly what you have to say. But certainly you should say at least Shema. Yeah. Amar Rav Levi Bar Chama Amar Rav Shimon ben Lakish Lo'ilam Yardi Lo'ilam Yetzer hara al Yetzer hara Yetzer Toiv I'm sorry al Yetzer hara Shenema Rigzu Val Techto. Since it says Roiges is a lashon of fighting, right? So you should always have your Yetzer hara fight your Yetzer Toiv fight your Yetzer hara, so that you can you won't fall prey to him. Yeah. So im nitzchu mutav. So if you're able to overpower him on your own, then good. Im lav, and if not, then yasek b'torah. Then you should learn. Shenemar imru vavchem im nitzchu. I'm sorry, imru vavchem. Say it in your hearts. Im natzchu. If you overcome him with the Torah mutav. Im lav yikra kriya shema. And if not, then you know that you're about to do an aveira. So then say kriya shema. Shenemar am mishkavchem. On your bed, mishkavchem, when you're laying down. Im natzchu mutav. If you beat him that with Shema, then fine. Then it always helps if you're about to do an Aveira to remember that you're going to die. Shenemar v'doimu sela. Daimu is a lashon also that we said before of quiet. There's no bigger quiet than death, right? So if you think about death, then maybe you behave yourself. Yeah. You Abba, wherever you are, you hear that? Yeah. What is it? What do we learn out from this pasuk that Hashem gave the luchos to Evan and the Torah mitzvahs shekasavti lahirosam to teach Klal? So luchos, helo aseres adibros. So the luchos means the aseres adibros. Torah is a mikra. Torah is referring to Torah of the Torah. About mitzvahs do Mishnah. Mitzvahs referring to Mishnayos. Asher kasavti elu neviim uksuvim, and that's the word Asher kasavti stands for the nach. To teach them is referring to Gemara. Melamed shekulam nitnu leMoshe misinai. Moshe Rabbeinu got everything by Har Sinai, Mishnayos and Gemara. Right? Yeah. So that's so don't think that Torah Shabbat Peh wasn't by Har Sinai. It was. Okay. Fine. Now we're back to the benefits of saying Krias Shema before you go to sleep. It's as if he's holding a sword a double-edged sword in his hand. I know Shmuley likes this Gemara. It says there's Raim Muskel in Groinam, and they have a sharp sword in their hand. Yeah, my mashma. So how do you know from that pasuk? You know from the beginning of the pasuk. The siv yalzu chasidim b'chavod yiranru amishkavaisam. Chasidim will be happy and they'll sing on their beds. So you see, the pasuk talks about singing in the bed, and it talks about having a double-edged sword. So that's what we learn out, that if you don't want mazikim to damage you at night, so therefore you read Krias Shema. If you read Krias Shema on your bed, then the mazikim go away. Bedilan from the word separate from you. And of means torah. These are drashas, so we'll read through it pretty fast. Shenemar hisif einecha boy veinenu vein reshef ela mazikin, and reshef is referring to mazikin. Shenemar mizei rav v'luchumi reshef v'ketev merir. Those are all negative things. It's shadim, like bad things. So basically, what we're learning out is reshef is referring to mazikin, and uf is referring to torah. So torah will get rid of the mazikin. That's what we darshan from that pasuk. Okay. It's a little dry tonight, Amud. That's but yeah. Bottom line is say Krias Shema if you don't want to be spooked out. Now we have a new thing. If you are Isaac and Torah, then you will not have Yisurin. That is it's a tough Gemara to understand because Lamaisa, unfortunately, we see people that sin and learn, and they do have a lot of Yisurin. So you can try to be medayik from this whole Gemara, whichever way you want to go. But the Gemara is initially saying Yisurin separate from Shenemar v'nei reshef yabiu uf ve'in uf el Torah. Shenemar hisef einecha boy ve'inenu ve'in reshef el Yisurin. Reshef is referring to Yisurin. Shenemar mizei rav v'luchumei reshef. So now we're darshaning it a little different. Before we darshaning reshef as mazikin. Here we're saying the word reshef means Yisurin. How do you translate Yisurin? Pain. Pain.
No troubles.
Troubles. There's got to be a better touch for that.
Taurus, no.
That's another. Yeah. Pain, like pain, something like not good things. Yeah.
Translation.
What?
I guess
Nobody has an art scroll there.
I have. You got to turn 1,000,000 pages when you do the Daf.
Afflictions. Afflictions.
Oh, like the Makkas.
Affliction. There you go. Yeah, 100%. Okay, good. Thank you. Amalei Reb Yochanan. This is a shtickle of shtoch here. He's saying, what this you're telling a chiddush here? Every kid knows this. If you're going to listen to what Hashem says to you, and you are you're going to do what's proper in Hashem's eyes and listen to His mitzvahs, and if you're going to listen to me, then I'm going to remove any sort of machala from you, meaning the makas that I did in Mitzrayim. Hashem will heals you, right? So it's a beferish pasuk, right? So Rabbi Yochanan saying is asking on Rav Shimon ben Lakish, why are you saying something that every kid knows?
Why are we assuming the Yisurim only means something they need me for? It could be a lot of different things.
That means what?
Can't Yisurim be something besides for something you need to be merapah from? There are Yisurim that have nothing to do with sickness.
Right. So let's see the whole Amud. Yeah, you're right. So we're going to see the whole Amud, and maybe you have to try and figure out from the whole Amud what comes out. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. So what Yochanan is saying, Elakol she'ef shalei lasik b'torah ve'ein osik HaKadosh Baruch Hu maybe love Yisurin v'chu aron v'ayichin. What it means is somebody has the ability to be osik in Torah, and he's not, then Hashem will bring some terrible pains to him. Shenever ne'lamti tumiach v'sheisim itov u'ke'evi negar. I'm going to be, how do you touch ne'lamti? He became quiet and silent from, and the pain became nekar. Nekar is a lashon of disgusting. Ke'evi nekar, my pain is disgusting. Vein toiv ela torah, but toiv is torah. Shenemer ki lekach toiv nasati ilchem terasi al tazoibu. That could be tonight's niggin maybe, but there's more nigunim, right? Right. So lekach means torah. Yeah. So you see from this that if you have the ability to learn and you don't, then you're going to be punished. So that's a big chizuk for those that work. Those that go to work, you don't have the ability to learn all day. A guy that's sitting in koilel and he's kratzing around, this might not be such a good gemara for him. Yeah, fine. Amar Rav Zera v'itein Rav Chanina bar Papa bo reish lo kemidas HaKadosh Baruch Hu midas basar v'dam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not like humans. Midas basar v'dam adam moicher chayfetz l'chaveri moicher atzav v'lekeach sameach. No, normally when somebody sells something, he's a little bit sad, and the person that buys it is always happy, right? The people that come out of the store shopping, they're happy, at least temporarily. Hashem is not like that. He gave his torah to Klal Yisrael, and he was happy. I gave you the good, which is referring to Torah, like we said, and do not abandon, don't leave the Torah alone. Right? So, although I don't know, Hashem doesn't learn Torah. He didn't give it away. He shared it. No, from here it's Masha Hashem gave away the Torah.
I heard once we make the Tovim. We tell him when certain things are.
What do you mean? I mean because the Torah is Lev Shemayim.
There's Alvana with certain things.
Very good, very good. Torah is Lev Shemayim. Very good. So that maybe otherwise it would be in Shemayim. He gave it to us. Excellent. Thank you. Good. Amar Rav Zera v'itein Rav Chanina. I know we just did that. Yeah. Next line. Next up. Amar Rav v'itein Rav Chistem. Roya Adam she'yisurin bayin alav yifash reish b'maisav. If a person sees that he's having yisurin, so he has to think about his actions. Shenemer nechbas adrachenu v'nachkayru. Let's search our ways, and nachkayru from the word chakira, and also look into it. V'nashuva ad Hashem, and then do tshuva. Pishpesh. So if you look into it v'loy matzah and you don't find that you did anything wrong, yitzel b'bittul Torah, then say that the reason why you're getting punished is because of bittul Torah. Shenemer asher yagever shet yasreinu ka miseraschal salam denu. Praises the person that Hashem gives them pain, and you learn that from the Torah. Vim tala v'loy matzah, and if he looks and he doesn't find, v'yadua sheyisurin shel ahavahem. He's a yisurin shel love. Shenemer ki es Hashem yev Hashem yechiach. That Hashem loves you, and Hashem gives musar to those that he loves. I don't want to give a little sadness here, but when Rabbi Fabel Cohen came to visit my father, or Tati, whoever's listening, and he came to visit him about a month before he was nifter, and this is the Gemara he said over to my father. And my father appreciated it very much because he told him it must be that Hashem loves you.
Because he gives Musar means he loves you?
What?
If he gives
he was telling my father, you don't do anything wrong, and you learn, and if Hashem is giving you Yisurim, then it must be because He loves you.
Or Yisurin is Musar.
Yisurin is, yeah, sure. Yeah. And the truth is, people, I think that's the way it is in the world. Now, people that you're close to, you have no problem telling them what they did wrong. Somebody you're not close to, you just keep your mouth shut and you just shake your head. No, you don't tell them anything. Right? But this Gemara later is going to sound a little different. We'll have to see. But right now the Gemara is saying that. But then the truth is that all the Mefarshim ask on this Gemara, it's like, who looks through and finds they did nothing wrong? I mean, who can say that? Okay, but that's a whole Musar Shmuz. Okay, Amar Rav, we want to be such a long Amud, maybe we could be Isaac in it. Yeah. Amar Rav Schayra, Amar Rav Huna, Kol Shekadosh Baruch Hu Chavetz Boi, Medaka B'Yisurin. Whoever Hashem wants, this is saying along the same lines, then He gives him Yisurin. Shenemar Hashem Chavetz Dakoi Hecheli, and Hashem gives him Dach means to smash or crush, whatever it is. But you would think that even if the person doesn't accept it with love, meaning, and he has tainas on Hashem, just like a korban asham, you do voluntarily, so you have to also get yisurim voluntarily, meaning you have to sign up for it, you have to agree to it, otherwise you're not going to get the schar that's involved with having the yisurim. And if you are makabel the pain, what's your schar? Yira zera yarach yom. You'll have children who have lived long life. And your learning will be miskayim. Shenever b'chavetz Hashem biyodai yatzliach or yitzlach. How do you say that? Yitzlach. Yeah. Hashem will want you, and you'll be matzliach. Yeah. So I think maybe that's why Gedolim who had Yisurim, you see that they were still Gedolim. Talmudim was biyadim. Maybe because they accepted the Yisurim b'ahava. Okay. What's considered pain? What do we call it again? Affliction, right? Of love. If the pain that you're having doesn't cause you bittul torah, then you know it's from love. Praise is a person who Hashem is giving him pain, and you learn out from the Torah. It's bittul tefillah, not bittul Torah. Shenemar Baruch Elikim Asher Lo Hisur Tefillasi V'Chasdem Hiti. Right, that He did not remove the tefillah and the chesed from me. So that's the machlokes. Whether how do you know it's Yisurin Zolhava? Either it's because of meaning how do you know it's Yisurin Zolhava if it doesn't cause you bittul Torah, or if it doesn't cause you bittul tefillah. Amar Rabbi Abba Breid Rav Chia Bar Abba Hachi Amar Rav Chia Bar Abba. They're both Yisurin Shalahava. They're both Yisurin Shalahava. Shenemar, yes, Asher Yav Hashem Yechiach. Elamat Hamloim Tzaraas Salamdenu. So then, what do you learn out from Tzaraas Salamdenu? Al Tikri Salamdenu. Don't read it Salamdenu. Ela Tilamdenu. Read it that you teach us, not that we're learning out from it. Right? I'm sorry, not that you teach him. It's you teach us, plural. Yeah. That we learn out from the Torah. Kal v'chaymer mishein v'ayin. So it's a kal v'chaymer that we know that if an eved gets damaged with his teeth or his eye, so he goes free. So mashein v'ayin shein echad me'avar shal adam eved yetzer behen l'cheirus. It's just an aver. It's just one limb of the body or two limbs. I mean, it's either shein or ayin. Eved yetzer behen l'cheirus yisurin shememarkan kol gufay shal adam al achas kama v'kama. But Yisurin, so pain, which is the entire body, so of course it's going to free him, meaning free him from bad things, meaning anybody who's going to get schar is considered free. It says bris by Paris. This is for you, this one. It says bris by salt, and it says bris by pain. Never bris by melach. Bris. Do not stop the melach, the bris of the salt of a bris. V'nemar bris b'yisurin, and it says bris by pain. They'll say eila divrei bris. Ma bris hamar b'melach. Melach masekes as a basar. Just like by the bris, salt makes meat sweet, which obviously it doesn't mean sweet, meaning it makes the meat taste better. Af bris hamar b'yisurin. Yisurin b'markin kol aveinosiv shel adam. So too by yisurin, we learn out that it wipes away all the averos. So Yisurin wipes away all the averos. Yeah? Fine. Tanya, then the Gemara is going to discuss this also in other places in the Masechta, that why the good things happen to bad people, why the bad things happen to good people. But and he's up psukim really in Tehillim that say that the reason why people have pain is because for the next world, they'll have a better next world. Yeah. Tanya Rav Shimon ben Yochai Shalish Matanis, new subject. Shalish Matanos Toivos Nasan Kodesh Baruch Hu Yisrael. Well, it's not really a new subject. It's along the same lines. The famous Gemara. Shimon Yochai said there's 3 presents Hashem gave to Klal Yisrael. But Kulan Lo Nitnun Ela Al Yidei Surim. But the only way you're going to get them is with, what do you say? Afflictions. Elohein. Torah Eretz Yisrael v'Olam Haba. So Torah and Eretz Yisrael and Olam Haba. Torah minayin. How do you know? Torah shenemar Asher Yagev Asher Tziyasir Nuka with the Rosh Chosalam. That's the pasuk we had already. That Yisurin and Torah is in the same pasuk. Eretz Yisrael the Sivki Kasher Yasir Ishes Benoi Hashem Lekechem Yasrecha. Right, just like a person has to punish his kids, so Hashem will also Ksiv Basrei Ki Hashem Lekechem Eviyachel Eretz Toiva. Right, Hashem will bring you into the good land, and There's ner mitzvah torah or v'derech chaim tochas musar. There's ner mitzvah and torah or, right? And derech chaim, the way of life, is musar, right? So chaim here is referring to the ultimate life, which is the next world. That's what Rashi says. Chai olam haba, right? The chai olam haba is the ikr life, not this world. Yeah, heavy enough musar so far. Yeah. Tani Tana Kamedu Rabbi Yochanan. This is a little bit of a sober Gemara here. Again, Tani Tana Kamedu Rabbi Yochanan. If you're Isaac in Torah and you do Chesed, the Koiver is Banov, and unfortunately, you have to. Not I don't want to say you. A person has to bury his kids. And that means that he's got a free pass. That's it. I mean, it doesn't mean free pass for the future, but any of his averas are get you. The Hashem's meichel them. Amar lei Rabbi Yochanan Bishlam Torah Gemilas Chasadim Dichsib Bechesed Be'emes Yichu Baravin. Chesed and Eves give you kapara of averas. Chesed to Gemilas Chasadim Shenem and Roidev Tzedakah Bechesed Yim Tzachayim Tzedakah Ukaved, and so that's obviously referring to Chesed. Emes Torah and Emes is Torah. Shenem Emes Kanev Al Timkar. Buy the truth and don't sell it. So that's fine. How do you know that it's somebody who buries his kids, gets his averos? How the Michael is averos? Tanalei hahu saba b'shem Rav Shimon Yochai asi avoin avoin. We learn it out from Gzeira Shava of avera avera. Ksiv hacha b'chesed v'emes yichu baravin. With chesed and emes, you'll have a kapara. Ksiv hasam b'shalim avin avos el chek b'neihem. And it says that the avera of the fathers will cause the kids will get punished for the averas of the fathers. Okay, fine. Amar Rav Yochanan, the goyim ubanim einan yisurin shel ahava. If you have Tzaraas and children are not yisurin of ahava. Now, right now the Gemara thinks that banim means losing children. I think Gemara is going to change that though. When the goyim life, the first thing Gemara says the goyim is not.
I thought it just meant having children.
What?
I thought it just meant having children.
No, it's gonna right now. You see from the pasuk. That's gonna be the maskonas Gemara.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay? When the goyim loy, but Tanya call me sheyesh by echan me arba maris negaim halalu. Whoever has any one of these 4 shades of Tzaraas, einon ella mizbeach kapara. It's a mizbeach. It's a kapara of him. Mizbeach kapara havi. So it sounds like that's yisurin shalahava because you get a kapara. Mizbeach kapara havi yisurin shalahava loy hava. So the Gemara answers no. It's a mizbeach kapara, but it's not yisurin shalahava. Meaning, yes, it's going to help you out, but you're not. Doesn't mean that it's considered that Hashem loves you. One is talking about us in Bavel, and one is talking about them in Eretz Yisrael, right? Because in Eretz Yisrael they needed to be sent out of the city. In Bavel, they didn't need to be sent out, so it's less embarrassing, right? In Bavel, the guy gets Tzaraas. He walks around like normal. In Eretz Yisrael, it's very embarrassing, so it's better. Viva meaning it's more of a kapara. Viva is saying a habetzina habefahesia. One is if the Tzaraas is in a part of the body that everybody sees it, so then it's a bigger embarrassment. And habefahesia, one betzina is covered. The fahesia is in public where people see it. Let's say on his forehead or his hand, so everybody knows. Ubanim lois, the Gemara says in banim not hechidami. What's the case? Ilim at the avalu mesu. If it is that he had kids and they died, Rav Yochanan din garma dein garma dasira bir. Rav Yochanan had said, and we'll see this again later, that this is the bone. He used to walk around the bone of his 10th son, meaning that he had 10 sons that died, and he walked around with that bone of his son to remind him of whatever it is, either to remind him or to show other people. What?
Now you know why people drop out of Daf Yomi after the first few days.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but listen, if it makes us a better person, it's kedai.
Yeah.
Right? Right, so that was Rabbi Yochanan. He had 10 kids. So the Gemara is saying Rabbi Yochanan was obviously a holy man. So it can't be that it wasn't Yisura Shalahava. Ella, so the Gemara says, so now the Gemara changed his mind. Ella hadaloi havalei klal v'had havalei umesu. One, if you didn't have kids at all, that's not Yisura Shalahava. But if you had kids and they died, then that is Yisura Shalahava. Okay? So the Gemara's maskot Havamina was that it means kids dying. That's not Yisur Shalahava, and then the maskana is no. Not Yisur Shalahava is if you don't have kids. Fine. Now we have a few stories here about like Nisim that went on. Rabbi was sick. Rabbi Yochanan. So Rabbi Yochanan went to him. Amar le Chavivin alecha Yisurin. He told him, "Are you loving these Yisurin?" Amar le loy hein v'loy scharan. I don't want the Yisurin, and I don't want the schar either. Havli Yodov, give me your hand. Yovle Yode, he gave him his hand for Ukme, and he got healed. Okay, so so Rabbi Yochanan, because he didn't want the Yisurim, so he took it away.
It's ironic Rabbi Yochanan asking that.
What?
It says ironic Rabbi Yochanan was the one who asked him, "You don't like these Yisurim Shalava?"
Right,
he obviously.
Good. Yeah. So wait, yeah, you're on the ball tonight because that's the next. There's another couple of stories you'll see. You're right. Yeah. Rabbi Yochanan Cholash, Rabbi Yochanan was sick. All the Gabe Reb Chanina. Reb Chanina went to him. Amalei Chavivin alach Yisurin. Are you happy with these Yisurin? Amalei loy hein v'loy scharan. See, the lashon Chavivin is interesting because Chavivin is not a lashon of are you okay with it? It's do you love it? Right.
But the only way Yisurim Shalava works is if you love it, right? No, he said before.
See, before what was the lashon of the Gemara before? Was it Chavivin? No, it says you have to. Did it say Ava?
I think Rashi says you have to. In order for it to life, it has to be.
Yeah, but what was the lashon? I'm looking back here. What was the lashon of the Gemara before? Kiblam. If you accept it, right? So I think because otherwise, if they didn't accept it, the Gemara on Amud Aleph just got finished saying that you have to accept it.
Right.
You're telling me that these Amirayim, these Chashuvim, Amirayim didn't accept it. Sounds like they accepted it, but maybe it wasn't chaviv to them. Which the Gemara before, I think, it could be I'm wrong, doesn't say that you have to love it. You can accept it and say you have no tainas, right? So I actually saw something today about not related to this, but Yosef Tzaddik, who he stayed away from the Eishes Paitifar the whole time, and then what was his reward? Got thrown into jail for years and years and years, right? Imagine with no complaining, right? So that's being makabel these things. Even as
imagine if he didn't stay away.
What?
Imagine if he didn't stay away.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but people think, we do something good, and then we think, oh, for sure, if I did something good, I'm going to get rewarded. Yosef didn't think that. You'd think he would have gotten rewarded. He eventually did, but it took a long, long time, right? Okay, right. So Rabbi Yochanan Cholash, Allah Gabe Reb Chanina. Rabbi Yochanan was sick. Rabbi Chanina went to him. Amalei Chavivin alach Yisurin. Do you love these Yisurin? Amalei loy hein v'loy scharan. I don't want them, and I don't want the schar. Amalei. Obviously, that's maybe I'm wrong because loy hein v'loy scharan. I don't want them, and I don't want the schar. See, okay, but that's all. Amalei havli yodov. Give me your hand. Yavle yodev ukme. And he gave his Rabbi Yochanan gave his hand to Rabbi Chanina, and he got better. So Gemara asks, am I like him, Rabbi Yochanan Alavshay? Why couldn't Rabbi Yochanan just heal himself? He healed Rabbi Chia bar Abba, so why couldn't he heal himself? Amri ein chavish mater atzmei v'esasurim. Somebody who's in jail can't free himself. You have to have somebody else. Now, next story. Rabbi Eliezer Chalash. Rabbi Eliezer was weak. All the gabe Rabbi Yochanan. So they went to Rabbi Yochanan, or Rabbi Yochanan went to him. Chazad to have a kagani b'beis awful. He saw that he was sitting in a dark room. Galia ledare, but nafal nehura. So Rabbi Yochanan was megala his arm, and light went over the whole room. Chazad to have a kabachi. Rabbi saw that Rabbi Eliezer is crying. Amalei amai kabachis. Why are you crying? Mishum Torah Right? If it's because you're not learning so much Torah, so it says in the pasuk, this is referring to karbonos. Whether you give a lot of karbonos or a little karbonos, as long as your heart is in the right place, then you're fine. Which is also a chizik to those of us, to all of us who don't know Torah. As long as we do an effort like we're doing now, then as long as we're doing, that's the same. It's echad amar v'echad amar, but Kadosh Baruch Hu looks at you just doing what you're supposed to, right? So he said, so that was his answer. Don't be sad if you don't learn, because as long as you learn a little what you can do, then that's fine, right? If it's because of food, meaning money, like all Adam Zaycha l'shtei shulchanos, not everybody is Zaycha to have Torah and to have food. But
he just said he didn't have Torah either.
What? I don't know if it means he didn't have Torah, but he didn't have a lot of Torah.
Right. How's the station?
He had Torah, he just didn't have as much. Meaning, you would hope anybody who's learned is going to be sad that he should have more Torah. No. So he says. So again, he says, if it's Torah, don't be sad, because it's echad marbeh v'echad amamid, whether it's a lot or a little. And if it's because of food, like all Adam Zaycha l'shtei shulchanos, not everybody is Zaycha to have money and to have Torah. If it's because kids who died, I guess he also had kids that had died. He showed him his. This is my 10th son's bone. So Amarle, so Reb Chanina told him, Lahai Shufra the Bali Africa. He said, referring to Reb Chanina, I am crying about this beautiful thing who was going to end up decaying because he's going to die. And from that you should cry. Rabbi Yochanan agreed. Yes, that you should cry. And they both cried. In the meanwhile, while they were crying, he said to him, Are you loving these Yisurin? I don't want them, and I don't want the reward. Give me a hand. Give him his hand, and he became better. Yeah, so it's another interesting. Why couldn't he just heal him without the hand? Seems to be that there's something with the hands over here. Also, the hand, Megala, the hand that became the light. What?
The whole thing's schwer. Like, why are they crying about the most trivial things?
I don't know if they're trivial, but yeah. And you need a
cared about.
Yeah, they need
beauty at the end of the day. Like, who cares? Yeah. These are the biggest deal. What do they care about their beauty?
Were they wrong?
I don't know
Should
if
they have
so
taken
much.
the Yisurim?
What do you say?
Were they wrong? Should they have taken the Yisurim?
Right, that's the kasha. But that's why I think the word chavivin is important over here. But then when they answer loy hein v'loy schoron, so yeah, it's a little bit schwer. But yeah, if I had more time today, I would have looked into it. But I apologize, I didn't. Either way, there's no time because it's such a long block. Yeah.
It sounds like the guy's like giving him a choice. If you're happy with it, then if you don't want it, I'll pull it from you.
Yeah, but if we got finished saying that it's a good thing to have it, because ultimately you're going to gain. So why are these gedolim saying they don't want it?
It's good to have in theory, but once they're really sick, they don't like it.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, the Rabbi Yochanan went and healed them, so yeah.
It could be if you have the ability to be healed. Nobody like Daven said you should never have asked. You don't ask for Yisurim. If you're able to get out of Yisurim, you don't ask for it.
Okay.
If you lose a child, you can't get out of that. That's something that happens and it's done. It's forever.
Right.
But
yeah. No, I wonder here also. They did have Yisurim, and then Rabbi Yochanan healed them. So are they going to get schar for Yisurim that they had, or it gets wiped clean because he healed them? Can't be. They have to have some sort of schar, no? Maybe that's what they meant. Maybe they meant that I had enough. I got enough schar. Shine with the schar, right? Maybe. Okay. Rav Huna tkifulei arba meya dani techamas. There's another interesting story. So Rav Huna, he had 400 barrels of wine that turned sour. Yeah, pretty sad for all those wine drinkers. Yeah. Allah Kabir Rav Yehuda achuat Rav Saleh Chasida. They went up to him. Rav Acha bar Abba Rabbanon, or some say it's Rav Acha bar Abba Rabbanon. Amrulei la'ayin mar b'milei. You should go look into your business dealings. Am I chashid? You want me? What do you think I'm doing wrong? I'm relay. Mi chashid kadosh baruch hu david dina b'lay dina. Are we being chashid kadosh baruch hu? Meaning, if you're complaining that your 400 barrels went bad, so that means you're being chashid that kadosh baruch hu did something for no reason. Meaning, we're not chashid you. You just have to look into it and see what's going on. Just like we're not chashid Hashem. Amr milsa lema. If anybody heard anything negative about me, let him step forward and say, Amrulay. So they told him, Hachi Shmi Allah, this is what we heard. You didn't pay your sharecroppers. You didn't give you didn't pay your sharecroppers. Right? The Shavisha literally Rashi means it's a grape crop from the vineyard.
It's interesting that they didn't.
What?
It's interesting they didn't say to check the shema in his mezuzahs.
Very good. Very good. They didn't say that. Very good. Yeah. I hear. Yeah, 100%. You got to look at your own actions first, and then the mezuzahs. Yeah. So Amr lahu. So he told them back. Mika shavikli midi minay, okaganavle kule. He didn't leave me anything. He stole all my fruit, so I should pay him anyways. Now this is a big musar here. Amr lay hainu damri inchi basar ganva ganav. The time of Tom. If you're going to steal from a ganav, meaning you could be 100% right, but you are going to taste. You already tasted the taste of Geneva, even though you're 100% right. So that's why you should stay away in all things from dealing with Ganavim, even though you have to deal with them the way Ganavim have to be dealt with, right? Okay, so I don't know what you take out from that Gemara. I mean, I guess you take out that your try should always be in the up and up. Amalu, Kabil Nalai, the Avinule. I'm being makabel on myself, then I'm paying them the money. Realize he's paying the guy the money, even though the guy stole from him. And some say that his vinegar became back to wine. Or others say that for some reason the price of vinegar went up and he made all his money that he would have made on the wine. Okay, this is Amiroim. We can't expect that. It doesn't mean that if we do something that's on the up and up and we expect immediate reward, doesn't mean we should expect that. Somebody just told me a story about what somebody, a Chashuv Rav, told him about. He said, don't do it, meaning you'd be right, but don't do it. One of these cases where somebody damaged him. And, there was a guy who Yeshiva didn't pay him for months and months and months, and he collected money for Yeshiva, and he said, can I just keep the checks for my own salary? Yeshiva is 6 months behind. So the Rav told him,
Shiva there nothing, no?
What? Yeah, you could do it. He says, you can do it, he said, but trust me, don't do it, because in the long term they're going to say, this guy, he took the paychecks for himself, and they're gonna bared you. So you didn't do it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's sort of like this Gemara. Stay away from the Ganavim. Tanya, I'm not saying that Yeshiva's Ganavim, just it's tough to have a Yeshiva. Yeah. Tanya, I was pained all my life for two things. That I should daven in front of my bed. Well, look at that. See that? He wanted to daven in front of his bed. Don't take out from that means you should daven be yechidus in your room. Yeah? And I wanted my bed to go between the north and the south. What does it mean that he wanted his tefillah to be in front of the bed? It means that he wanted to be able to daven right in front of his bed. How does somebody know, and you see the frum guys do this, that there should be nothing separating between you and the wall? Hizkiyahu turned his face to the wall and he davened. So really he's supposed to daven up against the wall. So sometimes you see frum guys in shul, they walk up to the wall, which is really what we should do, but it's not realistic to do that in shul, because otherwise you're going to have one long, thin shul, right? But that's what he, so that's what Gemara is asking. Right? It doesn't mean that it should be right next to his bed. It should be close to his bed, meaning what Rashi says is, and we're going to see this later on in Brachos, that right when you get up from your bed, the first thing you're supposed to do is daven. Right? Doesn't mean you shouldn't go to shul, but meaning you shouldn't be Isaac in anything else. You shouldn't read emails. You shouldn't hack around. You go straight to shul and you go down. Yeah. So that's what he meant, close to his bed.
Is that why the Gedolim always have the bed in the room that they daven and learn in?
maybe, I don't know if that's the only reason, but it sounds like a good reason. Yeah. Valmitasi shetei nesuna ben tzafel nadarim, and my bed should be between the north and south. Amar Rav Chama, Rav Chanina, Amar Rav Yitzchak, kol hanosim mitasi ben tzafel nadarim, having labanim scharim. If you're going to have your beds going from north to south, then your kids will be male. Shanemer utzfeincha tamali bidnam yisbu banim lashon zachar, which is interesting. So what? So you'll have boys. So it's mashma from this Gemara that boys are better than girls. Right? No. This was negaya to me. I don't know if I discussed this with anybody, but I had the Shaila Erev Yom Kippur of all times. So people that were undergoing infertility treatment. So nowadays, you really have a choice whether you can choose a boy or a girl. Yeah, and they were doing this anyway. You're not allowed to. We don't let you lechatchila do it. But if they do certain tests and they need to separate everything, so they have the control. Meaning they're going to pick a boy or a girl. Not like you could just do it hefker. So the question was to let the guy in the lab pick it, or should they pick it? They never had kids, so the guy wanted to know, should he pick a boy or a girl? Obviously, she wanted a girl, he wanted a boy. So a couple are up on, so a couple are up with tiny. Well, the Gemara always says a boy is better. So how can you go actively choose a girl? Meaning, if they already had a boy, so you want to be Mekayim Pru Revu, so you have a girl. But they didn't have any kids, so it was a whole.
Are they gonna go through it again afterwards?
Probably. So I asked Rav Nata. I asked this to Rav Nata. Oh, Naftali, you were with me when we asked it, right? I asked Rav Nata on Yom Kippur. And I told him these Gemaras. There's many Gemaras. Rav Nata wasn't buying it. He didn't hear it.
What did he say?
He said, no, they can do whatever they want. He said they don't have to do a boy. Right? But from this Gemara, and that's
what you paskin taka?
I had already told him that I think you should do a boy. I tried to get through the big Rabban. It was Erev Yom Kippur, so I wasn't going to bother them with this. But but that's what Rav Nata said. Fine, fighter. If you have your beds from north to south, then your wife will not miscarry. So you see that Tzafan is their stomach was full with, and the word Tzafan, and then it says, and their days filled up of birth, meaning she went and she had twins, but she gave birth to them. Yeah,
she went full term.
Yeah, she went full term. So how much time are we in Paris?
We're 50.
50?
Oh, I wonder.
42-25.
Okay, so since tomorrow's Thursday, let's just we'll do a few more lines just to make it easy tomorrow.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's an easy Gemara. Tanya, two people going into shul to Daven. Right? And one of them goes to Daven and he didn't wait for his friend, meaning you're the last two guys out of shul. One guy's davening long and the other guy wants to go home already. Right? So if the guy leaves and he didn't wait for his friend, his tefillah gets ripped up in front of him because he didn't wait for his friend. Because you left the land. Right? Meaning, if somebody who separates himself, when he's angry, will the world to leave you alone? By leaving your friend there in shul, it's going to cause the Shechina to go away from Klal Yisrael. Tzur is referring to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And if he does wait, so what is his schar? I just lost my Gemara here. Because I left my Gemara at home. So yeah, Amar Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina Zaycha lebrachas halalu. He zaycha these brachas. Shenemer lu hikshavta lemitzvaysev he kanor shlemecha v'zekosel galayam v'hi bechol zeracha v'tetzav mecha. Meaning you're going to have hikshavta means, Rashi says, a lashon of waiting, right? So you're going to have shalom, peace v'zekosel galayam, and you're going to have tzidkas like the waves of the ocean, and your children are going to be like the sand, and tzetzei me'echa, etc., etc. You're going to have all good things if you wait for your friend. All right? Yashikeach. I wish everybody a good night.
Thank you.
We're done?
We're done. Well, you want more?
What was the mascot? One second. What was the mascot on tomorrow and the rest?
Tomorrow I'm going to be on